ìṣẹ̀dá wa kò sí rúmọ́
Vicinity 95.3 FM akọni ni láàrin àwọn ìkànnì yòókù.
Ìṣẹ̀dá wa kò sí rúmọ́ àfagilé o.
Ìṣẹ̀dá wa kò sí rúmọ́ àfagilé.
Ìṣẹ̀dá wa kò jìyà àwọn àfagilé látòrí o.
Ìṣẹ̀dá wa kò sí rúmọ́ àfagilé.
Akọ láti tòṣì akọ láti tọrọ jẹ dọ́jọ́ alẹ́.
Ìṣẹ̀dá wa kò sí rúmọ́ àfagilé.
Mo ní orí mi kò sí rúmọ́ mo fagilé pátápátá.
Ìṣẹ̀dá wa kò sí rúmọ́ àfagilé.
Ìṣẹ̀dá mi kò sí rúmọ́ mo fagilé.
Ìṣẹ̀dá wa kò sí rúmọ́ àfagilé.
Alágbára nílé bàbá tó bí mi tó lóun yóò paná ìrìnàjò mi kó tó ṣẹ. Ó ń sarán ni kò sẹ́ni tí ń paná oòrùn. Ìgbà tó bá ṣẹ mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n bínú para wọn.
Alágbára nílé bàbá tó bí mi.
Nílé bàbá tó bí mi.
Olóhùn yóò paná ìrìnàjò mi kó tó ṣẹ. Ó ṣàrán mi kò sẹ́ni tí ń paná.
Ó lálàá ni o.
Ìgbà tó bá ṣẹ mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n bínú para wọn.
Òmíràn kan bẹ́ ilé fádà mi o. Ó gbóná ó jajere, mo mà ó dá mi mọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ó ti pẹ́ tó ti ń bá mi bò tó ń borí. Ṣùgbọ́n lọ́dún yìí mo ti rèyé apá rẹ̀ o. Ó wá fẹ́ wá fọwọ́ boko mi kó má yọ. Eré ló ṣe. Ó ń sarán ni. Kò sọ lọ́dẹ.
Vicinity 95.3 kejì ló ń jẹ̀ṣà.
Àbí tó ṣe àwọn léṣe ni.
Mo ń gbádùn ẹ̀. Ó yá gbìyànjú débẹ̀.
Ó ṣàrán mi kò sẹ́ni
Kò sẹ́ni tí ń paná òòrùn.
ìgbà tó bá ṣẹ mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n bínú para wọn.
Òmíràn kan bẹ́ nínú ìlú tàbí mi. Àkùkọ gàgàrà ló ń jẹ́. Ọmọ ológo nìkan ló máa ń lépa. Àfi tó bá bá tó paná ògo rẹ̀. Àwọn tó paná ògo rẹ̀ ni. Ó yà sí mi lójú àlá lóru ọjọ́ kan. Ó ní kí n mú wá. Mo ní kí ni? Ó ní òkú ọwọ́ mi. Mo ní báwo ló ti jẹ́? Ó lóhùn la láṣẹ. Ó lóhùn la kùkọ gàgàrà. Mo ní kó sún mẹ́yìn mi ò sí lábẹ́ àṣẹ rẹ̀ o. Mo ti wà lábẹ́ àṣẹ kan. Ó ní àṣẹ èwo tún ni. Àṣẹ tó ju àṣẹ lọ. Àṣẹ tó ń gbé àṣẹ. Àṣẹ tó ń gbé àṣẹ. Ó wá fẹ́ wá.
Mi ò gbọ́n pa Vicinity 95.3 FM nìkan ló máa ń ṣe mí létí.
Ó bá yọ mo mọ̀ pé wá bínú para rẹ̀.
Alágbára nílé bàbá tó bí mi. Olóhùn yóò paná ìrìnàjò mi kó tó ṣẹ. Ó ṣàrán mi kò sẹ́ni tí ń paná òòrùn. Ìgbà tó bá ṣẹ mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n bínú para wọn.
Mo mọ̀ pé wá bínú.
Mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n bínú para wọn.
Èmi máa pé wá bínú o.
Mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n bínú para wọn.
Ọ̀tá mi á bínú á bínú á bínú.
Mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n bínú para wọn.
Ẹlẹ́ni ni mi á bínú á bínú.
Mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n bínú para wọn.
Káyìrì ayọ̀ mi á bínú o.
Mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n bínú para wọn.
Ìgbà tó bá ṣẹ o.
Mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n bínú para wọn.
Ìgbà tó bá ṣẹ o.
Mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n bínú para wọn.
Mo ní ìgbà tó bá ṣẹ.
Mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n bínú para wọn.
Vicinity FM 95.3.
Àkùkọ gàgàrà mo ní Jésù mi ò bẹ̀rù rẹ̀. Àkùkọ gàgàrà mo ní Jésù mi ò bẹ̀rù rẹ̀. Ta ló ń jákùkọ gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run gàláyé mi?
Àkùkọ gàgàrà mo ní Jésù
gàgàrà tó ń ṣayé mi lẹ́nu. Ó ní tó ń bá sì wà láyé kò sẹ́ni tí ó gòkè. Bá lẹ́nu máa ò Jésù fi sínú àgọ́. Ta ló ń jákùkọ gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run gàgàrà?
Àkùkọ gàgàrà mo ní Jésù mi ò bẹ̀rù.
Èmi ò bẹ̀rù rẹ̀ o.
Gàgàrà mo ní Jésù mi ò bẹ̀rù.
Padùmọ́.
Ta ló jákòókò gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run gàgàrà?
Àdáni gbà mí lọ́wọ́ àbíní. Àdáni gbà mí lọ́wọ́ àbíní. Ó lo àdàbí bí n bá dẹ̀jẹ̀ lé lóyè. Ṣùgbọ́n mo wí fún bàdá ni màá jábí ní lọ. Àdáni jàbí ní lọ. Àjùlọ ní kò lò ó fi
Vicinity 95.3 FM akọni ni láàrin àwọn ìkànnì yòókù.
Gàgàrà mo ní Jésù mi ò bẹ̀rù. Àkùkọ gàgàrà
mo lọ́lọ́run tó tó gbójúlé èmi ò bẹ̀rù.
jákòókò gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run gàgàrà.
Ta ló jákùkọ gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run gàgàrà?
Ta ló jákòókò gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run gàgàrà?
Èèyàn wo ló ń jákùkọ gàgàrà níwájú bá mi kiri wo?
Ta ló jákòókò gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run gàgàrà?
Ta ló ń jákùkọ gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run àkàndé ẹ̀dẹ́?
Ta ló jákòókò gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run gàgàrà?
Ta ló ń jákùkọ gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run kájọ bọ́lá?
Ta ló jákòókò gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run gàgàrà?
mi ò gbọ́n pa Vicinity 95.3 FM nìkan ló máa ṣe mí létí.
Ta ló ń jákùkọ gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run bàbá lọ́la?
Ta ló jákòókò gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run gàgàrà?
Ta ló ń jákùkọ gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run ọlọ́wẹ̀rẹ́?
Ta ló jákòókò gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run gàgàrà?
Ta ló ń jákùkọ gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run Samuel Afọlá? Ọlọ́pàá tó ní wòlíì.
Níwájú Ọlọ́run gàgàrà?
Ìyàwó ló jákùkọ gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run Adébíyí o.
Ta ló jákòókò gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run gàgàrà?
Ta ló ń jákùkọ gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run Ọládẹ́jọ́?
Ta ló jákòókò gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run gàgàrà?
Ta ló ń jákùkọ gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run Òjó Adé?
Jákòókò gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run gàgàrà?
Ta ló ń jákùkọ gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run gàgàrà o?
Ta ló jákòókò gàgàrà níwájú Ọlọ́run gàgàrà?
Welcome to the heartbeat of the city. Hear the rhythm of the streets. Vicinity FM 95.3.
In the state of the living spring, right on the mountain top, a baby was born, ready to take the world by storm. Welcome to our Vicinity 95.3 FM Ikejile Ijesha. Enjoy.
Beautiful Thursday morning. It's Vicinity 95.3 FM on Newspaper Review, where we bring you all of our top stories on the dailies and the details. Do well to join the conversation this morning. We are live on Facebook and YouTube at Vicinity 95.3 FM. Grateful for the blessings of today. I'm Ulua Funke Israel, and before me is Daily Trust, Nigerian Tribune, The Guardian, Punch, and Daily Independence. On the front page of Daily Trust, LP suspends Abia Governor King Gigby. 4 others. IGP set up special police unit for elites protection. Flying Eagles reach AFCON quarterfinals. One party states dangerous for Nigeria. Jonathan. Insecurity. Minister, National Assembly, DIFA. Apprentice impregnates boss daughter, 9 orders in 5 months. Senate retains 7.5% VAT, UK's tax appeal tribunal. Soldiers, insurgents die in battle over Borno community. That's Nigerian Tribune. FG working with foreign local allies to trace sources of terrorist drones. Defense Minister. 21 out of 24 reps. Defectors join APC since July. Rep spokesman. Senate passes 2 tax reform bills, retains VAT, company tax at 7.5%, 30%. One party states Jonathan warns against backdoor manipulations, negligence pilot's error responsible for Wigwe's death. Nel Fund denies fraud allegations. Explains how agency disbursed 54 billion naira to 293,000 students from 303 tertiary institutions. Court stops Ekiti PDPLG Congress. Black smoke seen from Sistine Chapel as 130 cardinals enter conclave to elect new pope. That's on the foreign scene. LP crisis, Abure-led NWC suspends OT. Kingigby. Wokocha orders. On the riders, Damadi-led LP gives Abure 48 hours to stop parading self as chairman. NCC raises disciplinary panel, probes corruption allegations, abuse of office, passes vote of confidence in OBOT. Benue governor rejects reps committee invitation, approaches Supreme Court to challenge it, says opposition planning to remove him. Speakers of state assemblies say invitation overreach of constitutional authority. Bagudu, local council's wards must transform to centers of inclusive development, says authority should be a vehicle for growth. To the Guardian newspaper. Military kills over 13,000 terrorists, rescues 10,000 hostages in 2 years. We've disbursed 54 billion naira to 303 schools and 293,000 students, says Nel Fund. Ganduje ready to welcome Kwakwaso as defection E10 MPP. Tax reform advances as Senate debates clauses, retains VAT at 7.5. Probe detects pilot's error, indicts company Wigwe's helicopter crash. FG to fast-track cash transfers to 15 million households. Court admits tapes of Kanu ordering Tinubu Wike's death, burning of FG property. 500 aspirants jostle for 57 council chairmanship seats in Lagos. 2027, LP imperiled by counter-sanctions defections in fighting. Eyes on conclave for new pope. On the foreign scene, Lagos BOI Sterling Bank pool 10 billion naira to empower businesses, create 10,000 jobs.
Enjoy.
And to the punch, Senate passes two tax bills, rejects 10% VAT. LP crisis, Abure probe begins. Kingsley, order suspended. Benue governor alleges removal plot as Speaker's conference tackles National Assembly. U.S. helicopter firm indicted in Wigwe's death. Rising insecurity, FG orders new strategy amid fresh attacks in Borno. Benue, Army captain, Benue APC chieftain orders killed as terrorists wreak havoc on both states. Pope, cardinals resume voting today after an inconclusive first ballot. Power Minister opposes construction of 4,800 megawatt nuclear plants. VDM released after 5 days in EFCC custody. LG poll, Lagos, APC pushes for consensus candidate in 57 councils. And on Daily Independent, Senate passes two tax reform bills, retain VAT at 7.5. Nigerian first. Tinubu should trade is escalate for innocent. Atiku. Global trade war to push Nigeria to grow what it eats. FG. Signs $158 million backed for value chain program in agriculture. No Pope yet as black smoke billows from Sistine Chapel on the foreign scene. Nena D. Usman-led LP raises four-man committee to probe Abure. Abure faction suspends OT. Kingibe. Mokocha orders. Stop giving terrorists undue publicity, FG tells media. Insurance experts back separation of life, non-life business. LG's ward must transform to centers of inclusive government. Bagudu says autonomy should be vehicle for growth. Nigeria, Brazil seal direct air link deal, raise harmonizing committee. Reps ask FG to subsidize cancer treatment, offer free screening. Sanwo-Olu unveils single-digit non-collateral loans for MSMEs. The top stories on Daily Independence.
Enjoy.
To the details on Daily Trust. One-party state dangerous for Nigeria. Jonathan. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has warned that it is dangerous for Nigeria to slide into a one-party state. He spoke in Abuja on Wednesday while paying tribute to the late elder statesman Edwin Clark at a memorial lecture and Day of Tribute. Clark, an Ijaw leader and politician, died in February at the age of 97. Jonathan warned that any attempt to bring about a one-party state through political machinations to suit only personal aspirations would be detrimental to the country. Story is on Daily Trust. Insecurity Minister, National Assembly, DFA. The Minister of Defense, Abubakar Badur, said yesterday that a security strategy will serve the country more than the proposed summit by the Senate. He also differed with the House of Representatives on their claim that the insurgents had more sophisticated weapons than the military. The Senate had, at the resumption of plenary on Tuesday, proposed a two-day national security summit to address the situation. But the Minister of Defense, Abubakar Badur, during the ministerial press briefings in Abuja yesterday, said the well-thought-out security strategy is more important. Senate retains 7.5% VAT OK's tax appeal tribunal. The Senate on Wednesday passed two of the four controversial tax reform bills transmitted to it for approval last year by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, retaining the 7.5% value-added tax. The passage of the bills was sequel to the consideration and adoption of a report of the Senate Committee on Finance, which recommended that the bills be passed. Chairman of the Senate Committee on Finance, Senator Mohammed Sani Musa, presented the report during plenary in the House. Still on Daily Trust. Teenage apprentice impregnates boss daughter, 9 others in 5 months. An 18-year-old apprentice has allegedly impregnated 10 girls in just 5 months, including his master's daughter and a 6th girl in Anambra State. The State Commissioner for Women and Social Welfare, Ife Obinabo, disclosed this in a live video on social media on Wednesday. The commissioner said she was first sent to learn a trade under a master, but within 3 months, he got both his boss's daughter and sales girl pregnant and 8 others. Now to Nigerian Tribune. Court plays video of Nnamdi Kanu allegedly calling Nigeria a zoo, urging violence. A federal court in Abuja on Wednesday played video recording allegedly showing the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, issuing inflammatory directives which the prosecution claims incite acts of terrorism across the southeast region of the country. The Wednesday proceedings resumed before Justice James Omotosho with the continuation of the testimony of the second prosecution witness, an operative of the Department of State Service, codenamed PWBB, at the proceedings with Chief Adegboyega Awomolo, representing the prosecution, and Chief Kanu Agabi for the defense. The court admitted several exhibits, including letters, statements, video materials, said to contain broadcasts by Kanu inciting violence against the Nigerian state. Story is on Daily Independent. Very dark man regains freedom from EFCC custody. Social media influencer Martins Vincent Ose, popularly known as Very Dark Man, has regained his freedom from the custody of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. After spending 5 days in EFCC custody, Very Dark Man was released Wednesday evening to his lawyer, Deji Adeyanju. His release was also confirmed by Omoyele Sowore. Recall that Very Dark Man was arrested by the operatives of the EFCC on Friday, May 2nd, in the premises of Guaranty Trust Bank. On tomatoes have been recalled in New York, 13 orders. The story is on Nigerian Tribune. Not sure I want to delve into that. Alleged defamation. Foye VC slams 250 million naira lawsuit on accusers in 2 orders. The Vice Chancellor of the Federal University Oyekiti Foye, Professor Abayomi Fashina, has sued two media organizations and the staff of the institution over alleged sexual harassment publications against him. The VC at the High Court in Ado-Ekiti and has Sahara Reporters, founder of Investigative Journalists. He filed a suit against these two media outfits and Mrs. Folashade Adebayo as defendant. The lawsuit follows the publication of a sexual harassment allegation with audio recordings without the VC's consent, which Fashina has denounced as baseless and defamatory, allegedly defaming his character and his reputation. The story is on Daily Nigerian Tribune, I beg your pardon. Don't create one-party state through backdoor, Jonathan warns. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has warned against any attempt to transform Nigeria into a one-party state through political manipulation, stating that such a move would be dangerous and destabilizing for the country's fragile democracy. Jonathan issued the warning in Abuja on Wednesday while delivering a tribute at a memorial lecture held in honor of the late elder statesman and nationalist Chief Edwin Clark, while acknowledging that some countries have successfully practiced one-party systems under unique historical and social conditions. The former president cautioned that Nigeria's complex ethnic, religious, and political landscape demands a more inclusive and carefully designed political framework. Recently, 6 members of the House of Representatives who were elected under the People's Democratic Party defected to APC, and others in Enugu too defected to APC. They're saying that there's still more defection to come. At this point, there is a worry that the way this thing is going, before 2027, we will see or experience more defection and possibly into the All Progressives Congress. And this is like the party is drifting into a one-party system. It seems like that. And Benue governor now has said that, him being summoned by National Assembly and all of that is a way for the government to remove him and all. So opposition really feel threatened at this time. And they're just trying to do something about it somehow. And this also eventually make them decide that, okay, maybe if we join the ruling party, everything will be okay, or there would not be this serious pressure mounting on them, to remain or not to move, so decide that, okay, for me to have my peace and not, be worried about what the ruling party is, what is up their sleeve. Maybe I should just move. And others say, well, it's because of there's this particular phrase they use, renewed hope, ideas, and all of that. And we hear that, but that's not hide under, that's something the president, decided to use to campaign. You were not there when he made, such campaign promises. It's not you who is going to help him fulfill it. Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, commissioned 3 trucks for Osun Fire Service. On Wednesday, the 3 trucks for the use of the State Fire Service were commissioned. The equipment procured by his administration at the State Fire Service in Abere. The governor stated that they have supplied essential firefighting equipment, including protective gear, to ensure that brave officers are well equipped, well prepared, and adequately protected in their line of duty. According to him, the last procurement of fire trucks occurred over 14 years ago, a situation that was both alarming and unacceptable. He said that he knew that immediate and strategic intervention was necessary. It's not today we hear that our fire stations are not functioning. They're just there. So when you hear fire, sometimes even stay in a local government or a particular area, and you hear that fire service is coming from, some miles of, you know, kilometers away, and you're wondering, why can't, a local government, a whole local government have fire service? But to surprise you, within a state, you might just have two fire service stations. And then when an incident of fire, break out here, you see fire, fire truck coming, some distance, far distance away to come quench which fire. How long does it take fire to, engulf everything and just set everything ablaze in a jiffy? And you hear fire service, they're on their way. Because it's not, there is no provision, to curb fire incident. And this year alone, if you have been keeping up with all the fire incidents in the country, just in the southwest alone, we've heard over 5-6 situations of fire accidents, especially in marketplaces. The story is on the Nigerian Tribune. Now you can join the conversation this morning on Vicinity 95.3 FM, but live on Facebook. Send us a message or call us on 081 3237 1268. 081 3237 1268. We'd love to hear from you. We'll now go to our Facebook page. Julius Adiguna, good morning to you. Good morning, Funke. Now that the Senate has passed the new tax bills, what Nigerians should do is to ensure that the returns are good and well spent. The government must ensure better welfare and infrastructural services. Nigeria will get better one day. Nigeria cannot slide into one-party system. Still, Sir Julius Adiguna, simply because the ethnic groups are parties on their own, and Nigeria ethnic groups will always have diverse views to all issues. The fertile boy is on a mission to make history, populating Nigeria. He must train well to make enough money to take care of his sexual appetite. Girls, beware. It's seriously, how old is that young guy? And in just 6 months, you have 10 girls, under you, and they're now, you put them in the family way, and now you become a family man at a very young age. Only you, 10 children. You'll be expecting 10 children soon. Even a matured man who has, a means of livelihood and who can take care of himself will not make such reckless mistake. Well, at this point, they say when children are on the way, we don't call them mistake. No child is a mistake because two people decided to, come together and something happened. Somebody say, it's the first time. What does it take? Just takes two people coming together, and that's all. Either it's the first time or the last time. That one no concern us, and that's it. That young man, I don't know what they're going to do to him, but it's sad. You're young, and instead of you to put your energy into something productive, you decided to, show your skills in the other way that will not benefit the society. It's sad. But now, the deed is done. I hope that the family of these girls will just find a way to take care of them and then not try to do something funny with those girls. They should just, well, it is what it is. Raising any young people these days is hard. Either it's a boy or a girl, If you can really nurture your children well, you are a winner. Honestly, you don't have to become the president of any country. Honestly, you're the president of your own home if you can take care of your own family and then lead them aright, and your children are out there, making a difference in the world. Honestly, you are Mr. President on your own, for you to have guarded your house and not see your children disgrace you online. But that's what people usually say, that if you have your family members not embarrassing you online or bringing your matters to the public, or they do something that is now gaining public sympathy, or it's not put, it does not put your family in a good light. They tell you that yeah, we now because these days there's a lot out there happening, and if you have children who have decided to just lay low and just do their thing, go to school, learn a skill, do something with their life. Honestly, this common saying that if we all sweep the front of our house, the whole nation will be clean. And that's not really, that's figuratively. If we all do what's needful, we'll have our society put together, and that's important. Well, moving away from that, earlier on the Guardian newspaper, Alia raises alarm over plots to destabilize Benue and sack him. Governor Hyacinth Alia of Benue State has raised the alarm over what he described as a calculated and desperate plot by certain individuals to destabilize the state and remove him from office. This was at the conference of speakers of state legislatures of Nigeria yesterday rejected the recent summons issued by the House of Representatives Committee on Public Petition to the Speaker of Benue and Zamfara State House of Assembly. Well, before we learned that it was over the issue of insecurity, but Benue and Zamfara is not the only state, dealing with this at this point. So if we're talking, there is Plateau, there is Borno and other states. So if it's just holding on the matter of insecurity, these people should be called. They're all in charge of their states, and they should make sure that the state is governable. At this point, Alia has raised concerns that this is beyond what it looks like. Well, we hope it's not. The story is on the Guardian newspaper. And yes, to sports. Flying Eagles, old junior Arambi Stars qualify for quarterfinals. Nigerian under-20 men's football team, the Flying Eagles, rallied from 1-2 down to hold a determined junior Arambi Stars to a 2-2 draw in the last Group B game at the ongoing African Under-20 Nations Cup, which is holding in Egypt. And the game, played at the 30 June Air Defense Stadium, Cairo. The Kenyans flew to a 6-minute lead through Kevin Wagaya. 5 minutes later, Parabot Daniel drew Nigerian level. Now, wish our Flying Eagles the best. We've been hearing, Kwakwaso made effect to the All Progressives Congress. Guess at this time, everybody just want to go to Aso Rock and meet the king. Ganduje ready to welcome Kwakwaso, his defections, ENNPP. The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, has expressed readiness to welcome former governor of Kano State, Rabiu Kwakwaso, if he defects. This was asked many new Nigerian People's Party members, including a sitting senator and youth, joined the ruling party in Kano for the ruling APC at the federal level. Kwakwaso is the presidential candidate of NNPP in the 2023 general elections as the leader of the party in Kano, from where Ganduje hails. Okay, this is not, we belong to the same state situation. At this point, we know what it means if Kwakwaso leaves NNPP. He's the leader of the party. People even look up to him, especially during the 2023 presidential election. And that party has gained grounds in Kano. And if you know what Kano election, Kano has one of the highest population in the country. You say Kano, you say Lagos, and you can call other states before, but you have to bring Lagos and Kano first. And at this point, if Kwakwaso is moving to the All Progressives Congress, I'm afraid that party, it may not collapse, but it won't have the strength it used to, except something is done, or now, Abar Yusuf will have to do what is needful at this time. But saying, if we hear stories like this, that Kwakwaso is leaving NNPP for All Progressives Congress. Well, there's nothing that can be done now that it's been made public that Ganduje is ready to receive him. I don't like the way they're connecting it because they're Kanu. Yeah, Ganduje was once a governor in Kanu, Kwakwaso, so it's like, yeah, maybe I'm bringing my brother to the fold. No, it's not. It's not the situation. If Kwakwaso is joining, I think he has a reason to have decided to move to APC, and that reason is personal to him. Moving away from that story. Now fund. Say we've disbursed 54 billion naira to 303 schools and 293,000 students, says Now Fund. Nigerian Education Loan Fund. Now Fund has disbursed 54 billion naira to beneficiaries of the Student Loan Scheme across the country, the Managing Director, Akintunde Soya, has disclosed. However, the National Association of Polytechnic Students has issued a 5-day ultimatum to the NEL Fund Board to provide a detailed breakdown of fund disbursement. This perhaps moved the MD to tag hoarding information about the loan from the beneficiaries as a crime. Soya, who appeared before the House of Representatives Committee on Student Loans yesterday, explained that since the scheme commenced, the NEL Fund had received about 203 billion naira from the federal government through various channels, including the Office of the Accountant General. You will understand that, tertiary institution will have to submit the names of the children of the students who will qualify for this loan fund. So there will be a way, this thing cannot come from, the NEL Fund just directly to the students. There will have to be, how do I say it now? A middleman, and the university authorities is the middleman here. Now they are alleging that they are taking this money meant for students. And let's not forget, some graduates that are out there said when they were even as an undergraduate, they applied and nothing happened, and then they moved on. But now they are out of school and they start to receive alerts that this is NEL Fund, this is NEL Fund. Like, what about students on campuses again now? We have graduated. We don't need NEL Fund anymore. But they say they now receive monthly, loan from NEL Fund. And they're like, what is happening? Let's not forget it's a loan. You're going to pay it back. If I belong in that category, I won't even allow the money stay in my account. I will find a way, locate NEL Fund office and clear it up. This is your money. I don't need it. I'm no more, on campus. I'm no longer a student and I do not need it. This is loan. Now I think, I'm no more in school. I might need that money, but I don't want to use it because it's a loan, and that's a federal government loan. I return it. And now students on campus are saying they're not getting enough. Why those that are outside there? You will understand that, yes, maybe there might not be enough information to know that, these students are outside. Their name is already there. It's a system. So when they pay, they just pay everybody. But these ones are already out of the system. So they should, be removed, from being paid. But at this point, they are also receiving. If I were these students, I would just not spend that money. I return it. I find their fund office. I make sure I return it and they know I have returned the money. And now NAPS is saying that, we want, detailed information about this disbursement. Because at this point, you all say you're giving us money. And we're not even seeing it. Some of us are not even getting enough. And now we hear that there's misappropriation of this NEL Fund. When did it start? And on that note, I just say that, well, they've all issued a 5-day ultimatum. We don't know what they're going to do. But at this point, they should make all of the findings and investigation on this NEL Fund Buhaha, public, so that we can have closure on the issues and rest. It's been an amazing time on Newspaper Review, Vicinity 95.3 FM. Ma'am Emily Feyeson Godwin says, good job, Oluwafunke. Thank you very much. And this is where I get to say bye on the show this morning. Thank you for joining us. Till I come your way again this morning. Yeah, on the morning show. Do well to have a great day. I'm Oluwafunke Israel, the executive producer, Siyadishwa Salami. I appreciate the technical crew for putting this together.
Welcome to the heartbeat of the city. Hear the rhythm of the streets. Vicinity FM 95.3.
In the state of the living spring, right on the mountaintop, a baby was born, ready to take the world by storm. Welcome to our vicinity 95.3 FM Ikejile Ijesha.